What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday evening. How you feel out there? Facebook world, what's going on? It's Shabaka Amin, creator of the Plant-Based Loser Challenge. What's going on in your world this Monday evening? Coming at you live and direct. What's going on, everybody? Say hello. Say hi. Say what's going on. How's your day been? What's going on in your world on this Monday? Talk to me before I go into what I want to share for this evening. I think you'll find it very, very fascinating. But I want to reach out to the people, communicate with the people, find out what's going on in your world. What's happening? Did you eat your salad today? Did you eat your plant-based foods today? Come on. I'm coming at you live and direct. And feel free to leave a comment or a question before I dive into this evening's talk. Got some stuff I want to share, sharing some insights. I think it's important for people to understand how simple it is to achieve health success. And what is the Plant-Based Loser platform all about? What is it all about? I'll tell you what it's all about. The Plant-Based Loser platform right here, right now, is all about creating an epidemic in public health success and making weight loss contagious in America. That's my mission. That's the purpose of the Plant-Based Loser platform. That's the purpose of the challenge. And people are doing extremely well, okay? So coming at you live and direct from the Plant-Based Loser platform. Let me see. Let me get up some of my my branding imagery so it can look nice, and there we go. All right. I'm just walking in a few minutes ago. I decided I was going to get a second workout in. I worked out twice today. I've got my goals, I've got my aspirations, and you know, I'm 48 years young, and it's an exciting time for not just myself, but for any and everyone who's pursuing something greater, pursuing a greater version of themselves, you know, because we've been given all of this potential. You know, I like to talk about intracellular health potential, and we have it. You know, so many people are settling for chronic disease. So many people are overweight and obese, but they're tolerating remaining overweight and obese. It's personal choice. And at this point, given what we know in nutritional science, given what we know in exercise science, given what we know in the category of meditation and mindfulness, there are no limits. You know, we have the potential to live with our healthiest physical versions, our greatest physical versions. We can live in health. So this evening, one of the things I'm going to talk about is share something so simple, you know, a very simple insight. And I've been teaching my one-on-one customers for many, many years, but now most of my customers are online. 69 customers are online, and the Plant-Based Loser community is growing pretty fast. So I'm mainly training by teaching now, and training by speaking now versus working one-on-one with people. So I want to, first of all, I want to make sure everybody has looked at the topic of tonight's talk. And I'm going to talk about the role of blood velocity and the rate of weight loss in the Plant-Based Loser challenge. And I have so many members who are achieving extraordinary weight loss results. And one of the things I've been teaching many of my customers that I had the wonderful opportunity to work with is the role of the blood. You know, a lot of people don't realize that the blood, our blood, is a delivery system. So, whatever you eat and don't eat, whatever you drink and don't drink, becomes part of the blood or does not become part of your blood. So, I want to talk to you about the role of blood velocity. And of course, velocity is a word synonymous with speed, okay? The rate at which something moves through space. So, I want to share some really fascinating facts before I tie it in with um, the relationship between blood velocity and eating, the foods you eat, specifically plant-based foods. So, first thing I want to share is it's estimated that the human heart beats 2.5 billion times in a lifetime. And I looked this up and I thought it was fascinating. Just think about that. It's estimated that the human heart beats 2.5 billion times in a lifetime. That's just astonishing to think about. Now let's bring that in and talk about the blood. Our body has approximately 4 to 5 quarts of blood. Now, some of you may or may not know that, but I'm sharing some facts about the blood so I can segue into what I really want to share. It's important to know some things about the body to create context. Know some things about the blood to create context for what I want to share. So, our body has approximately 4 to 5 quarts of blood. 5 quarts of blood are in the average adult male or a man's body. 4 quarts are in the adult female or a woman's body. So, most men, most adult males have 5 quarts of blood, and most adult females or women have 4 quarts of blood in their body. How many of you knew that? Leave a comment. Let me know. So let me check my comments just to make sure I've got some people on live, and I'm knowing that my audio is great. And if you're on live listening right now, watching, leave a comment to let me know if you can hear me well. So 5 quarts of blood in an adult male and 4 quarts of blood are in an adult female. But did you know this? This 4 to 5 quarts of blood circulates through the body 3 times a minute. So if you're a male, the 5 quarts of blood I have, circulates through our body 3 times a minute. If you're a woman, if you're a female, the 4 quarts of blood you have in your body circulate throughout your body 3 times a minute. Think about that. If you're a male, an adult male, 5 quarts of blood is circulating throughout your body 3 times a minute. That's pretty fast. You know, when you think about it, and for a woman, the 4 quarts of blood that an adult female has circulates throughout her body 3 times a minute. They have it documented that our blood moves throughout our body at an average speed of 3 to 4 miles per hour. So blood moves throughout our body at an average speed of 3 to 4 miles per hour. Now, bear with me. I'm going to tie it into an insight I've been teaching and sharing for many years. And for all of you who may or may not know me, I've had the great opportunity to help my customers and people that I've had the opportunity to serve achieve health success for the past 21 years. And I've used one-on-one personal training. I've used public speaking. I've used nutrition performance coaching one-on-one. And now through the Plant-Based Loser Challenge and the community, I'm helping people online around the country, across America. I've got members in Alabama. I've got members in Illinois. I've got members in Georgia. I've got members in Delaware, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, on and on and on. So we're growing, we're expanding rapidly. So getting back to the blood, as I mentioned, the topic of the talk is the role of blood velocity as it relates to the rate of weight loss that plant-based loser challenge members are achieving. So I want to share one or two more facts about blood. In one day, it's said that our blood travels 12,000 miles. So our blood travels 12,000 miles in one day. That's a lot. 12,000 miles. Think about it. That's 4 times the distance across the US from coast to coast. 12,000 miles. That's 4 times the distance across the US from coast to coast. So what I want to do now let's apply what you've just learned about our blood velocity into a context of eating nutrient-dense plant-based meals for weight loss. So as you all know, I've created the Plant-Based Loser Challenge, and we launched back in March. And I've had a tremendous, people have been very receptive. People have been enrolling on a weekly basis. I've got married couples enrolling. I've got individuals enrolling, and people are losing a lot of weight. In fact, the biggest, the greatest, and the greatest weight loss story currently is one of our members, Hakoon Bey. He lost the initial 17 pounds of body fat in 4 days. And you can check it out on Instagram. You can check out the post on Facebook. Yeah, that's remarkable, right? 17 pounds of body fat in 4 days. That's unheard of. So a lot of members are achieving miraculous weight loss success. But let me tie in some of the things I've shared about blood velocity, the speed at which blood moves throughout the human body. And they know in the world of science that our blood moves throughout our body at an average speed of 3 to 4 miles per hour. That's like a walking speed, okay? And that blood travels 12,000 miles on any given day throughout our body. That's astonishing to think about, 12,000 miles. So understand that every time that we eat something, we cause reactions within our blood and hormones. So it's important to understand that every single time we consume solid food or whether we consume liquids, it causes a reaction within our blood and hormones. But I'm only talking about blood right now, I'm talking about the rate at which blood moves throughout our body. And I'm going to tie it in to one of the reasons why Plant-Based Loser Challenge members are achieving astonishing weight loss results. So whatever we consume ultimately ends up circulating in our blood. That goes for solid foods as well as liquids. So there's a pattern, and I've been teaching my customers this pattern for a long time. Understand that the pattern is action, reaction, results. And if you have a sheet of paper, pull that out. Action, reaction, results. So me being a nutrition performance coach and personal trainer for 21 years, people have hired me and paid me a lot of money to help them engineer results. Because any result you want to produce in your body image, any result you want to manifest or produce in your health status, for instance, if you have abnormal cholesterol or high blood serum triglycerides and you lower them, there's a way to eat to bring that about. But the pattern, all eating actions cause reactions. What type of reactions? Biochemical, metabolic, and physiological. And I'm going to break that down. So all eating and drinking actions cause biochemical, metabolic, and physiological reactions and produce results, produce body image results, produce health number or health status results, produce fitness performance results, produce wellness results. Yeah, wellness is emotional and attitudinal well-being. So we're talking about a pattern: action, reaction, results. That's the law of cause and effect. So what happens is when you consume food or consume liquids, there are reactions taking place in your biochemistry. What do I mean by biochemistry? I'm talking about your blood, specifically blood pH, and I'm talking about reactions that are hormonal. And there are reactions in your metabolism. On an intracellular level, there are reactions taking place as a result of what you drink, as a result of what you consume in terms of solid food. So there are reactions that are intracellular or metabolic, and there are reactions that are physiological. What do I mean by physiological? We're talking about tissue, the tissue of the body, the organ systems of the body. So tissue would be, an example of tissue would be blood vessels, and of course there's arteries, veins, and the smallest blood vessels are capillaries. So that's part of our physiology. Our vascular system is part of our physiology. It's tissue. Blood vessels are tissue. Skin is tissue. But in terms of physiology, your muscular system, our muscular system is part of our physiology. Our vascular system is part of our physiology. And specific organs, the liver is part of our physiology. Our heart is part of our physiology. So we're talking about biochemical, metabolic, and physiological reactions. So watch this. Listen to this. This is important. So let's just say, let me say this again. Whatever we consume ultimately ends up circulating in our blood. And I mentioned that minutes ago, but I have to say it again. It's very important for you to follow this. Whatever we consume and whenever we consume something, liquid or solid food, it ultimately ends up circulating in our blood. And that goes for solid foods and liquids. Why is it important for me to repeat that? Because your blood is a distribution vehicle. It's a distribution center. It delivers whatever you eat and don't eat to your cells. Whatever's in your blood, your cells receive. Whatever's in your blood, it impacts the intracellular environment. I could say intracellular environment or metabolic, because when you're talking about your metabolism or metabolic, we're talking about intracellular mechanisms. We're talking about your mitochondria, which is within the cell. So it's important to understand that there's a pattern to understanding how to engineer health success. There's a pattern to how many Americans arrive at obesity or being overweight and having chronic disease. There's a pattern called action, reaction, results. In other words, all of your eating and drinking actions cause biochemical, metabolic, and physiological reactions, and in turn produce health status results, fitness performance results, wellness or emotional and attitudinal results, and I think I said body image results. So action, reaction, results. So watch this, listen to this, follow me now. Oh, I forgot to mention this. And your actions, since actions cause reactions, reactions are either beneficial or detrimental. There's no neutral reactions. So if you're consuming a liquid or if you're consuming solid food, the reaction biochemically, metabolically, or physiologically is either going to be beneficial or detrimental. Okay. So let's say that you consume a large, colorful salad with arugula and other leafy greens, along with other colorful vegetables. This is a salad. It's colorful. It's got arugula and other leafy greens, and it's got other colored vegetables like Roma tomatoes and carrots and celery, and can have slivers of purple cabbage. Colorful, right? It's got orange pigmented foods, carrots, red pigmented foods, Roma tomatoes, or any tomato for that matter. You got your green leafy vegetables. Some people like to add squash to their salad, but my point is, it's full of leafy greens and it's colorful. It's got colorful vegetables. Our blood will be full of antioxidants, phytochemicals, vitamins, minerals, fats, proteins, carbohydrates, enzymes, and plant sterols as a result of eating that big salad. Now, I'm not saying yet that you can't eat beans with the salad. Yes, you can eat beans with the salad. And of course, I'm excluding meat because I've been plant-based and vegan for 31 years. And humans don't need meat in order to achieve health. A lot of the epidemiological data has indicated that animal product consumption has harmed Americans. So the data is very, very clear that the more meat you eat, the worse off you are. So we're talking about plant-based foods. So here's the scenario. You eat a large, colorful salad full of leafy greens. I'm talking about handfuls of leafy greens, whether it's a spring mix mixed with arugula, 4 handfuls. When I make a salad, it's huge, but it's got other colored vegetables, as I mentioned, the tomatoes, the carrots, different colored vegetables you can add. Your blood, as a result of consuming that meal, once it's digested, broken down to smaller components, all of those nutrients will be circulating in your blood. Your blood will be full of antioxidants, phytochemicals. Phytochemicals are those colors that we see in plant-based foods, vitamins, minerals, fats. Fats, proteins, and carbohydrates are actually the macronutrients. They're the calorie-based macronutrients, and water is a macronutrient, but it's a non-calorie macronutrient. Water I'm speaking of. This salad's got enzymes. The enzymes and plant sterols are going to be in your blood. So why am I sharing this? I'm sharing this because when you eat this salad I just described, it's going to be digested, and those nutrients I named are going to be assimilated into your blood. They're going to become part of your blood. And your blood circulates where? Everywhere throughout your body. So your eye cells receive that salad. Now the fiber comes out your booty, right? The fiber comes out as stool in the toilet bowl. But the other smaller components in that food, such as antioxidants, phytonutrients or phytochemicals, vitamins, minerals, fats, proteins, carbohydrates, enzymes, plant sterols, and more, water as well, all of that's going to become part of your blood. And keep in mind, we know that blood travels 3 to 4 miles per hour. And that on any given day, blood travels 12,000 miles on any given day. So just imagine, right? You've had a salad, and everything in that salad that you just consumed causes beneficial reactions within your blood pH, your hormones, your metabolism on an intracellular level, your physiology. The blood vessels are going to be more elastic. There's going to be more nitric oxide to make the blood vessels vasodilate better. Everything is going to benefit. There's going to be a beneficial reaction as a result of consuming this salad, because those nutrients are what our bodies were designed or made for, in terms of adequate to optimal function. So when I say action, reaction, results, that's an engineering pattern. Engineering is all about identifying scientific principles and applying those principles, scientific principles, to produce results, an outcome, a product. So we're dealing with the structure called the human body. And so when we think about health success and look at the role of the blood, and as I mentioned, blood velocity, the speed at which blood travels through our body, 3 to 4 miles per hour, and travels 12,000 miles within a day. The blood is carrying that salad, the smaller components of that salad, the antioxidants, the phytochemicals, the vitamins, the minerals, the fats, the proteins, the carbohydrates. And that's circulating. Your eye cells are getting it. Your ovaries are getting it. Your prostate gland, if you're a male, is getting it. For women, there's this issue with polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS. If you take animal products out and take out the processed foods and increase your plant-based food consumption, your blood is going to be rich and abundant in antioxidants, phytochemicals, vitamins, minerals, fats, proteins, carbohydrates, enzymes, and plant sterols, and more. So it's going to be beneficial reactions in your ovaries. There's going to be beneficial reactions within your heart, because all tissue and the blood and hormones and tissue and organs thrive off of nutrient-dense plant-based foods. In other words, you eating that, I'm still sticking with this, using the big salad as an example, with lots of leafy greens, whether it's a spring mix and arugula mix and other colored vegetables like a tomato and carrots. You've consumed it, it's digested, now it's assimilated, and it becomes part of the blood, and the blood is going to circulate all the nutrients, the micronutrients in that salad, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, phytochemicals. It's circulating throughout your body. Those nutrients in the salad are going to actually go through your entire body 3 times within a minute. 3 times within a minute. All 4 to 5 quarts of blood that have been enriched because of this big nutrient-dense meal, the salad we're using as an example, that you've just consumed. If you're a male, you've got the 5 quarts of blood. If you're a woman, you've got the 4 quarts of blood. But this salad nutrients are circulating throughout your body 3 times a minute. So there's a reason why plant-based loser challenge members, individuals participating in the 21-day plant-based weight loss challenge, are losing 1 to 2 pounds per day, because they're consuming 3 nutrient-dense plant-based meals. They're consuming a therapeutic smoothie, a therapeutic soup, and a therapeutic tea that targets inflammation in the first 7 days. And so if you consume 3 meals, each time you eat a meal, you're causing beneficial biochemical, metabolic, and physiological reactions. You see, beneficial reactions. We want beneficial reactions, but 3 meals, 3 beneficial reactions. Because remember, eating a meal is an eating action, and we know all actions cause reactions. So that's a given. That's just the law of the universe. It's a law describing energy. in some respects, how energy works. For a reaction, there's a reaction within the body, and reactions produce results. Actions cause reactions, and reactions produce results. So I want you to understand the engineering that happens inside the body. This is easy, everybody. This is simple. Weight loss is simple. You invest the proper nutrients in the blood, because what you consume, whether it's liquids or solid foods, is an investment. You're investing in your blood, because blood is going to circulate and deliver those nutrients to your cells. And the intracellular environment, the mitochondria, your DNA, all of that's going to benefit from the nutrients, the micronutrients inside or contained in a salad. So what I'm going to do is check for some comments, because I want you to all understand. See, what happens is you can't see your blood. You can't see your blood. And so because you can't see your blood and you can't see the beneficial or detrimental reactions, like if you eat highly processed food and animal products, you can't see the detrimental reactions taking place within your blood pH, within your hormones, within your metabolism, within the intracellular environment. You can't see it. So that's why so much damage is done. Now you feel it. You feel it after that meal. You may feel lethargic. You may feel tired, but the reality of it is, the reason why Plant-Based Loser Challenge members are achieving tremendous weight loss results is because what they're consuming is enriching the blood. And the blood, receiving a big salad a day, I can't give away this proprietary protocol, not for free. The reason why Plant-Based Loser Challenge members are achieving astonishing weight loss results. My members who participate in a 21-day plant-based weight loss challenge, they're getting better weight loss results than people who are working with personal trainers. Okay. So what I've formulated is so effective that I don't even have to train people. For weight loss, I don't have to train someone to help them lose weight. I just have to put them on my therapeutic plant-based weight loss intervention. And depending on how much fat or how much weight you have to lose, the more fat you have to lose, the higher your body fat percentage, the more fat or weight you lose on any given day, in any given week. So I want to see if anybody I see Tanya Smith out there. What's up, Tanya? Hope you're still with us live. And if you're with us live, go ahead and say hi. Say hi. Tell me where you are from, where you're at. Leave a comment, leave a question. But we're talking about the role of blood velocity as it relates to the rate at which weight loss has been accomplished in the Plant-Based Loser Challenge. Because I have members consuming 3 nutrient-dense plant-based meals. And as I said to you earlier, every time you consume a meal, that eating action causes reactions in your blood, pH, your hormones, your biochemistry, your metabolism, intracellular environment, and biochemistry, metabolism, and physiology, your tissue, organs and tissue systems. So the blood is traveling 3 to 4 miles per hour. And we know that the blood travels 12,000 miles within a day, within the human body. The blood travels a distance of 12,000 miles within the human body on any given day. And the blood travels at a velocity or a speed of 3 to 4 miles per hour. That's like a walking speed. So we also know that given that 12,000 miles of travel, the blood, that's like traveling from coast to coast, East Coast to West Coast 4 times, back and forth 4 times, going from east to west, west to East Coast to west, West Coast to East Coast. So that's remarkable when you think about it. But if you put that in the context of eating nutrient-dense plant-based foods, those nutrients are circulating to all areas of the body. The bottom of your feet, if you look at the bottom of your feet, your limbs and your fingertips, the extremities is what they're called. You got capillaries that reach down into the extremities. So I'm pressing on a bundle of capillaries right now. If I press hard enough, you'd probably get red. See that? Look, you know why I did that? Because of the pressure on the capillaries. See that red? That's blood. So we have capillaries at our extremities. Capillaries are the smallest blood vessels and the most prominent. We have more capillaries than veins, and we have more veins than arteries. Capillaries are the smallest, but capillaries cover every point on the body. You can touch bundles of capillaries. So from the fingertips to your toes, the bottom of your feet, when you eat nutrient-dense plant-based foods, the micronutrients are reaching that tissue. The micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, phytonutrients, they're traveling in your blood. And the blood will circulate throughout the body 3 times within a minute. If you're a woman, the 4 quarts of blood in your body circulates throughout your body 3 times a minute. If you're a man, the 5 quarts of blood circulates and travels throughout your body 3 times a minute. So when you eat nutrient-dense plant-based foods, all those nutrients are in your blood and reaching the bottom of your feet, because the blood is in capillaries, the blood is in veins, the blood is in arteries. Veins connect to arteries and capillaries connect to veins. You see? So that's the circulatory system. So the vascular system is the tissue of the blood vessels, the arteries, the veins, and the capillaries. Well, when you eat a big salad, which I've been giving you an example of, but if you eat fruits, not just limited to vegetables, you eat fruits. If you eat raw nuts and seeds, if you eat beans, I'm naming nutrient-dense plant-based food groups. All of those micronutrients end up in your blood because of digestion, because of the gastrointestinal system. You got the small and large intestine, and you've got a process in which the fiber is being separated from the water and the micronutrients and the macronutrients, and it produces stool, right? It comes out in the toilet, poop. But all the other smaller compounds, molecules, the vitamins, the minerals, the antioxidants, phytonutrients, they're circulating in the blood, making your skin vibrant, because every area that I touch, I'm touching bundles of capillaries. Arteries, somebody said arteries and don't connect. Well, I'm not sure what you mean by that, but nonetheless, whatever you consume ends up in the blood. Blood circulates everywhere. So the reason why plant-based loser challenge members are achieving rapid weight loss is because the foods that they're consuming, they have a high nutrient to calorie ratio. Of course, they have proteins, fats, and carbs, but they're higher in micronutrients, which are vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and phytonutrients. And these are the types of nutrients that are preventative. They prevent heart disease. They prevent strokes. They prevent prostate cancer. They prevent fibroid tumors or uterine fibroids. So what we're talking about is what you invest in your blood. We're talking about what you invest in your blood. Because the bottom line is all of what's going to happen in your biology starts in your blood, because the blood is the distribution system. It's going to circulate and carry all of what you need in order to have or thrive in health, success. All of the cells, the trillions of cells that they say we have, all cells get whatever's in the blood. You see? So it makes sense to eat nutrient-dense plant-based foods so you can make your blood rich. You can make your blood healthy, make your blood more alkaline and less acidic. Trigger those hormones of youth, trigger those fat-burning hormones, versus fat storage hormones like leptin and insulin, and cortisol. So the speed, the velocity at which blood travels plays a role, because if you're investing or consuming or eating more than one nutrient-dense plant-based meal a day, which my plant-based loser challenge customers are, and of course they're consuming a therapeutic smoothie, soup, and tea, these nutrients are saturated in their blood. Saturated in their blood. They're getting dosages of micronutrients that they were not getting overnight. They go from the way they were eating and being overweight to the next day they're consuming smoothies, soups, and teas that are corrective or therapeutic for the metabolism, but also nutrient-dense plant-based meals, 3 total. So their blood becomes so rich in those life-supporting nutrients, those DNA-supporting nutrients, those cellular, those nutrients that make the cells thrive, those nutrients that make the mitochondria thrive. The mitochondria are those units that literally produce what we in most cases call energy, but the mitochondria produces light or photons, because the basis of health has to do with the amount of photons that your biology can generate. The term is biophotons, photons that are generated by the human body. Photons. That's why when you consume high amounts of nutrient-dense plant-based foods, plant-based foods have benefited from the sunlight that's been absorbed by the plants that they grow, whether they're on a tree or on, whatever those plant-based foods are growing on, from trees or in the ground. They're benefiting from the sunlight. They're absorbing sunlight. Those color pigments you see, whether it's the green chlorophyll, polyphenols, the phenols, all the red pigments, green pigments, purple like blue pigments and blueberries, all those the orange in carrots, all the colors you see, the phytonutrients, those color pigments, they're trapped sunlight, different types of sunlight. And so when you consume these foods and they're broken down into the smallest components, they're broken down into subatomic particles. And eventually it's light that your cells, your mitochondria gets. Your mitochondria is getting atoms, but those atoms are broken down into something smaller called subatomic particles. And when you get into subatomic particle physics, now you're dealing with photons, light waves, and you're dealing with some stuff like bosons and quarks. I mean, you're dealing with some the real roots of power, because health is about power. Health is about light. Light is power. When the light diminishes and decreases in your body, when your cells are not producing enough electricity, you feel it. You feel lethargic. You feel tired. Your brain gets sluggish because everything runs off light. To lose weight, your body, your mitochondria has to generate or produce more photons. This is a fact. They don't break it down like that. The first indication that you're in fat burning is an increase of electricity or light in your body. That's why you say, I feel lighter. See? And when your energy goes down, that's the first indication that you're in fat storage. And you feel heavier. You feel you're more aware of the mass of your body. But when your mitochondria is generating more light or photons, you feel it, you become more aware of that light, and you say, I feel lighter. It shows up in your skin as, oh, your skin is glowing. Your skin is more radiant. Because the eyes, if you look at someone's skin and they're on a nutrient-dense plant-based diet, eyes, of course, process light. Light operates the eyes, but the eyes also pick up on light. So when someone is eating the way nutrient-dense plant-based foods, your eyes is picking up on the light coming out their pores. And that's why you say, oh, your skin is glowing. You're glowing. You know, your skin is so radiant. You're shining because your eyes can actually see the light. So all this stuff is simple. All this stuff is simple. It is so easy to be healthy. It is easy. So part of what I do is help people get out the matrix of food slavery. I did some talks earlier this year. I'm going to have a whole lot more talks coming up about food slavery, the economical and nutritional consumption of highly processed foods that are addictive and responsible for our epidemics of obesity, overweight, chronic diseases like heart disease, strokes, cancer, etc. You know, these chronic disease conditions are actually not the problem. Food addiction is the problem. And so I refer to food addiction on a macro level as food slavery. And on a micro level, individuals is food addiction. Okay. So the way in which blood travels, the speed at which blood travels when you're eating nutrient-dense plant-based foods and you have all those nutrients now circulating in your blood, and we know that blood circulates throughout the body completely 3 times a minute, and blood travels 12,000 miles within a day. So when you're eating nutrient-dense plant-based meals, one meal, another meal, second meal, your blood is so enriched, is so rich, is so abundant in the most important nutrients. They're all important. This is a holistic perspective. They're all important. Macronutrients is important. Proteins, fats, and carbs. And the non-calorie macronutrient called water. And so are micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, phytonutrients. But because of the standard American diet, in which Americans, 54% of calories in the average American diet come from highly processed foods. And roughly 34% of calories in the average American diet comes from animal products, meat, dairy. And there's a category of roughly like 12% of calories in the average American diet coming from plant-based foods, but actually juice is in that category, and so is ketchup. So really, Americans, the average American is getting maybe no more than 5 to 6% of calories from nutrient-dense, whole, unprocessed plant-based foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans, whole grains. So when you have a blood environment, when you have blood that's deficient or lacking in micronutrients, antioxidants, phytonutrients, which are the color pigments you see in fruits and vegetables, vitamins, minerals, you have blood that's circulating whatever you've consumed. If you're eating mostly processed foods and animal products, all of what's in those processed foods, the sugar, the salt, the white flour, all of that's circulating to the bottom of your feet. It's in your capillaries. Because that's not nutrients, those are toxins. They produce toxic metabolites, which is part of the addiction, and why when you attempt to stop eating highly processed foods, you experience the jitters and headaches, withdrawal symptoms because of toxic metabolites. But you have toxins circulating in your blood, so no wonder your heart fails at some point. Come on, it makes sense, because reactions are either beneficial or detrimental. If it's not a nutrient, if it's not a micro. All right. So as I was saying, my fingertips hit the Mac touchpad and it just took me off for a minute, but I'm back. So I was talking about the fact that my plant-based loser challenge community members are achieving astonishing weight loss results because their consumption patterns, what they're eating, is creating beneficial reactions throughout the day. And you have like the law of compounding at work. If you eat one nutrient dense meal, you're going to get beneficial biochemical, metabolic, and physiological reactions, right? But all of what you've eaten in that nutrient dense plant based meal, that one meal, is circulating throughout your blood. So all cells, brain cells, eye cells, all cells, your teeth get the benefit from what's in your blood. You know, if you're a woman, your ovaries get the benefit. If you're a man, your prostate gland benefits. Everything, all cells, trillions of cells in our biology as humans benefit from nutrient dense plant-based foods. And so our the rate at which blood moves influences the changes, the transformation, the weight loss. You know, it's up-regulating your metabolism. On the intracellular level, you've got all these nutrients coming in, and your metabolism goes into repair. You're activating intracellular health mechanisms. And so what happens is fat burning is easy. See, one of the things I want you to understand is that weight loss is easy. Yes, I said it. Weight loss is easy. Your body already knows how to lose weight, lose fat, burn fat. Your body knows how to store fat. It does both fat storage and fat burning equally very well. Which one it does more of depends on what you give it. So simple. It's all giving. It's about giving. If you want the returns, give your body what it needs. Nutrient dense plant-based foods. So I've got a couple comments, and Tracy said, let's pull that up. Tracy Jackson Moyer said that arteries and veins don't connect. Not so sure about that. I'll do some research. I can't just take your word for it. I can easily access this information on within Wikipedia even, but I may have a book on physiology. I don't believe that's true. So I'm pretty certain it's not true, but I'll be glad to look it up. I always like to, when it comes to nuances of information around anatomy, if I'm not absolutely certain, I'll be willing to look it up. But as far as I know, veins connect to arteries and capillaries connect to veins. So for right now, Tracy, I'm going to say that's not true. And if I'm wrong, I'll come back and tell you. So let's see if I have any other comments. Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, of course, that's definitely true. The mitochondria produces energy. Well, what I did was elucidate, energy is ambiguous. If you ask most people, well, what's energy? The energy in the human body, what is it? It's light. It's biophotons. So it's important to teach people the truth. If you just leave it at energy, that's ambiguous. But when people know the truth that the human body, the mitochondria produces light, in fact, they know scientifically that the mitochondria is part structure, part photon. Okay, if you want to really go deep with it. So I've been teaching my customers and people that get exposed to me, my audience, the truth, and that is light. We can't keeping people in the dark by using ambiguous terms like energy, because energy, most people don't know from a physics standpoint. Well, what is energy? You see, what is energy? So if a person doesn't know what energy is, what energy is being produced by the mitochondria, they're in the dark. They're in darkness. There's ignorance. So when you know that the mitochondria produces light or photons, you're going to want to give your biology food with the most light. You see? Because you're going to want to replenish the light. So everything is simple. Health, success is simple. And that's my mission for 21 years. But now it's evolved. It's big. It's about creating an epidemic. I'm being used to create an epidemic in public health success and make weight loss contagious in America. I'm going to wrap this up. I hope you're able to make the connection between the blood velocity, and eating nutrient-dense plant-based foods, and how once they're digested and assimilated, everything we consume, liquid or solid food, ends up in the blood. That's a fact. Always has been a fact. That's how it's always been, and it will never change as long as we have these bodies. So everything we consume ends up in the blood, and we know blood circulates everywhere. And as I shared with you, blood circulates through the entire body 3 times a minute. And our blood can travel and circulate at a distance of 12,000 miles within a day. So when you give your body what it needs, key principle, give. All of those nutrients, especially micronutrients, antioxidants, phytonutrients, vitamins, minerals, proteins, fats, and carbs too, plant sterols, enzymes, all that ends up in the blood, and your blood is circulating that everywhere. So all of your trillions of cells get to benefit from what's in the blood. And because the blood is moving at a rate of 3 to 4 miles an hour, is circulating at a rate or speed or velocity of 3 to 4 miles an hour, these nutrients are working on, they're training and transforming your cells, your DNA, the tissue structure. Cells are made of molecules. Cells clustered together form tissue, organ systems, liver, kidneys, etc. But also, blood vessel. Blood vessels are tissue. Skin, tissue. Eyeballs, tissue. Everything you can see and touch is tissue. So all tissue made up of cells. The cells benefit from the nutrients from plant-based foods circulating in the blood. And because the blood's moving at a rate of 3 to 4 miles per hour, there's something that happens that most people don't know. Change and transformation happens fast. It happens as fast as you put it in, as fast as these nutrients enter the blood. Once they're digested and assimilated, these nutrients are in the blood. But if you repeat it with another nutrient-dense plant-based meals, you'll now begin to see and experience how powerful the body is, how the body can regenerate quickly, how the body can transform quickly, how tissue can transform quickly, how blood pressure can change within a day from what you eat and don't eat. So my plant-based loser challenge members, there's a reason why they're, we've had members drop 17 pounds in 4 days. There's a reason why. Let me pull it up. I can show you. There's a reason why Plant-Based Loser Challenge members are getting remarkable results. And I'm going to show you some weight loss testimonials just so you can actually see. So let's see if I can bring this up. I want to bring this up. Give me a second. Okay. So I'm going to show you some of the results that Plant-Based Loser Challenge customers are getting. Bear with me for one moment. I'm going to bring this up on screen. And I'm thinking that, yes, here we go. All right. So I want to make sure you can see this. I want to make sure. Okay, there we go. Yes. See that? His name is Hakum Bey, and he lost the first 17 pounds of body fat in 4 days. Yes, it's true. It's a fact. He shared the information with me, and I posted it within the Plant-Based Loser community. 17 pounds of fat in 4 days. So I can show you another testimonial that I think you will be blown away by. I think you'll find truly remarkable. His wife, Kaya, was able to, let me see if I have hers up in particular. Well, let me do this. This is what I'll do. I'll bring up both. This is what I'll do. This is what I'll do. So as a couple, today marks day number 8 for this couple, Hakum and Kaya Bey. They started last Monday, which was, what's that, October 28th? Last Monday. So today is day number 8. From Monday to today is day number 8. They weigh in on the morning of day number 4 because we have a weigh-in schedule for the Plant-Based Loser Challenge, and they weigh in on the morning of day number 8. So the morning of day number 8 weigh-in measures how much weight they've lost in 7 days. The morning of day number 4 weigh-in, that's the first weigh-in during the 21-day challenge. The morning of day number 4 weigh-in measures how much weight they've lost in 3 days. So they are weighing in this morning. The morning of day number 8 measures how much weight they've lost in 7 days. So they have a combined total weight loss together, 30 pounds in 7 days. This couple has lost 30 pounds in 7 days. Hakum has lost a total of 17 pounds, and Kaya has lost 13 pounds. So they're a week in, and they both have lost a combined total weight of 30 pounds as a couple. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that remarkable? Like I said, Plant-Based Loser Challenge members are getting better weight loss results than people who have personal trainers. No offense to personal trainers. I'm just telling the truth. I'm a personal trainer, have been for 21 years, but I've figured out a way to help people lose weight without having to train them. And I have a proprietary system that's helping members around the country achieve astounding weight loss results. And I feel good about that. So I'll bring up maybe a couple more weight loss testimonials and call it a night. I actually, I'm going to have one more meal. It's kind of late, but I'm going to have something. Let me show you. What else can I show you? Oh, yeah. Okay. So these kinds of results you don't see a lot. So Kaya is Hakum's wife. And as I mentioned, we have during the 21-day plant-based weight loss challenge, we have a weigh-in schedule. So in the morning of day number 4, they weigh in to measure how much weight they've lost in the first 3 days. Kaya lost the first 11 pounds in 3 days. Isn't that remarkable? So she's up to a total of 13 pounds right now. And this is day number 8. So she's dropped 13 pounds in 7 days. Facts. She's posting this within the community, and I'm letting you all know. So if you wanna observe and see all of the weight loss testimonials from those participating in the Plant-Based Loser Challenge, just go follow us on Instagram under Plant-Based Loser Challenge. That's no spaces. Plant-Based Loser Challenge, no spaces. Let me see if I can find 1 or 2 more testimonials just so you can see how powerful this is. Aha, we got another one, another couple. I'm gonna highlight the couples tonight. So here's another couple that I'd like to highlight, and this is Mario McKinnon and Kayla McKinnon. And as you can see, so today is day number 15 for them, day number 14 or 15. I think it's day number 15. And as a couple, they have lost a combined total of 22 pounds in 14 days. That's remarkable. She's a nursing mom. They have a 1-year-old. They have a baby that just turned 1. And it's pretty amazing how, even though she's a nursing mom, she's lost 8 pounds in 14 days. And that's remarkable. Mario has lost a total of 14 pounds in 13 days. And so I actually miscalculated. She lost 8 pounds in 13 days, and he's lost 14 pounds in actually the first 12 days. So they have a total of 22 pounds combined total weight loss. So I wanted to show you a couple couples. And if you're interested in the Plant-Based Loser Challenge, you can reach out to me. But I wanted to share some insight as to what goes on within the human body when you incorporate the right combination of nutrient-dense plant-based foods, which I've had 21 years professionally to figure out. Everybody's trying to figure out how to repair their metabolism, because you can't lose weight. You can't lose weight unless you repair your metabolism. So I've cracked the code from a plant-based vantage point on how to combine the right combination of nutrient-dense plant-based foods in the form of solid meals, smoothies, soups, and teas. But the Plant-Based Loser Challenge offers so much more. There's an online community. There's a spirit of encouragement and support. And if you live in the Charlotte area, we have the Plant-Based Loser Charlotte team, local support group, the Plant-Based Loser team in Charlotte. And we have monthly meet and eat events. So it's for people pursuing weight loss and health success. So I wanted to, let me bring myself back on screen. Okay. So I'm going to close out. It's been at least an hour or more, been over an hour. And I hope that you found this informative. I hope that it's provoked thought, because a lot of times we're wanting to solve problems that we don't understand, and we don't see the simplicity of what goes on. Like, if you don't have science, you don't have insight. So what I did was give you some insight into what happens in the role of blood velocity, the speed at which blood travels, and how when you are eating nutrient-dense plant-based foods, because of the way in which blood circulates at a rate of 3 to 4 miles per hour, it explains why, Plant-Based Loser Challenge members are achieving fast weight loss, because they got the benefit of 3 meals plus the consumption of smoothie, soup, and teas. So their blood is just abundant and rich in metabolic repairing nutrients. Like, your metabolism will upgrade and upregulate once it starts healing and getting the nutrients which repair it, which is repair of the mitochondria, bringing insulin levels down. All that begins to repair a damaged metabolism. And so inflammation, hormonal imbalance, and digestive issues are the reason why people are experiencing weight loss resistance. So I am a mechanic for your metabolism. If you want to lose weight and you're in an emotional space where you would no longer tolerate remaining overweight, reach out to me. I would love to help you begin this journey of health success, and help you get free from food slavery, help you get free from food addiction, and live with the body you desire and deserve, because health success is part of our happiness. Have a wonderful evening. It's Shabaka Amin. And my mission and purpose is to create an epidemic in public health success and make weight loss contagious in America. Make sure you leave a comment or a question if you want to become a plant-based loser and start the 21-day plant-based weight loss challenge and become a lifetime member of the plant-based loser community. Leave me a message. Look forward to helping and serving you, and you deserve it. Have a wonderful night.